What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And guys, we are here today to review WrestleMania 20. I got it for $10 from V-Stock. And it comes with the insert, baby. Let's go. And I really like this packaging here. It's like a book, and then you get like the timeline of WrestleManias from 20 years ago. And then you just get a whole disc for the insert, for the extras. Here, let me. So you just get a timeline from 1985 all the way up to 2004. Yep. So let's start off this event, shall we? We got a receipt. Oh. No. Start off this this DVD or this WrestleMania. We got Big Show versus John Cena for the United States title. John Cena's first WWE WrestleMania. And he wins the United States title with the Word Life chain to the head of Big Show, and then FUing him twice to the face. So John Cena wins the United States Championship there. A very good match here. David versus Goliath type match. Will the upstart John Cena win the United States title from Big Show? And he did. RVD and Booker T versus the Dudley Boys versus Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak versus El Resistance for the tag team titles. Fatal 4-Way is up next. Not a very memorable match here. RVD and Booker T win and retain. Chris Jericho versus Christian. And you get like little backstage segments. You got Evolution talking about how they're going to defeat the Rock and Sock Connection, the Rock and Mick Foley. But Chris Jericho versus Christian. This was all for Trish Stratus' approval. Who is she gonna date after the match? This goes off the match from WrestleMania 19, from facing Shawn Michaels, and now you're facing Christian. A very good match here to do the two against the two of them, with Christian winning with a roll up after Trish Stratus elbows Chris Jericho in the eye. And then you got the Rock and Sock Connection versus Evolution. I would have picked, just knowing that Randy Orton faced Mick Foley in the hardcore match at Backlash for the IC title. I would have had Mick Foley win this match, but I understand why they didn't. With an RKO out of nowhere, 1, 2, 3. The Rock and Sock loose. The Rock and Sock loose at Evolution. I'm very tired. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but very good match here again. I don't think this match had a bad match between the Playboy evening gown match. Besides that match, everything went well. Well, and besides Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. But we're going to be talking about that soon. Yeah, but Evolution defeats Rock and Sock with an RKO, Batista Bomb. And yeah, I'm not even going to talk about the Playboy pillow fight match because I didn't even watch it. Because I don't care about a 3-minute match. At WrestleMania, a 3-minute match. They did not care about the women at all. And this would come out with Trish Stratus and Lita having their first steel cage match on Monday Night Raw in December of this year. So, really, put that match on Mania. Besides this match. And then you get Guerrero and Chris Benoit talking about how Benoit is going to win the world title later tonight. And he did. So then you got Chavo Guerrero, Jamie Noble, Funaki, Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio, and Nunzio, Tajiri, Shannon Moore, and Billy Kidman. First ever Cruiserweight Championship Open with a bunch of eliminations. Rey Mysterio dressing up as the Flash. Chavo Guerrero wins, pinning Rey Mysterio. And then you get to the Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar match. That got malfunctioned by the fans, saying na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye, na 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 na. Why are you singing that to two former world champions? Now, I hate Goldberg. As you guys know, go check out my rant videos on him. I made three over the years, 4 over the years. But they were chanting for the ref who was Stone Cold. This match is so not memorable. I mean, it's memorable for the hijack of the fans, but it's a stupid match. Don't watch it. If you want to be bored for 10 minutes, go ahead and watch it. But Goldberg wins with the spear and the jackhammer. Stone Cold stuns both of them while drinking beer. And then Brock Lesnar flips off Stone Cold. And then they both get stunned. So if you want to watch a good match, go watch their Survivor Series match. That only lasted a minute. That match was more promising than this match. 1 minute and 26 seconds. Spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, bye-bye. And then you get WWE Tag Team titles. Fatal 4-way match again. Again, not too promising. Sky Tsuhadi and Rikishi win. And now we get to Disc 2. We got Victoria versus Molly Holly for the women's title. And if Molly Holly loses, she gets her head shaved. And she got her head shaved. So now we go to Guerrero versus Kurt Angle, a very good match here. And you can play it in 2K24, the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition. You can play this match. I don't know if any of you have 2K24 still, but if you do, you can go play the match on the 40 Years of WrestleMania. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. A very good match here. You got frog splashes, ankle locks, suicide dives out of the ring. Guerrero gets his boot untied, and he holds on to the ropes to win. He lied, he cheats, he steals, Holmes. Kurt Angle gets busted open a little bit. Frog splash missed. And then just a roll up to retain the championship. And then we get Undertaker versus Kane. The return of the dead man. Because Kane buried the biker in 2003 because I guess the character wasn't working out so well. I guess. So you got choke slams, tombstones, 1, 2, 3, and yeah, the match was quick. And that's all I remember from the match, because the match was too quick. So Taker wins, and his streak is still intact at 13-0, or 14-0, I think. I forgot. But then we get to the world heavyweight title. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Chris Benoit, both bloodied. Chris Benoit, well, actually, they're all bloodied. Shawn Michaels rips an eye socket. Triple H eats the post. Diving headbutt both to them. And Chris Benoit wins with the diving headbutt to Triple H, then turns him around, cross faces him, and Sweet Chin Musics to Chris Benoit and Triple H. Pedigrees to them both. And then Chris Benoit wins, and then Guerrero comes out and hugs Chris Benoit. And yeah, WrestleMania goes off the air with two best friends. And now I can't believe they're both dead. But then we get the extras. Look at all of these extras. We get a documentary on WrestleMania 19, the success of Undertaker, the homecoming of Rock and Stone Cold. WrestleMania top 10 ever matches. You got Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. The Rock versus Hogan. Steamboat versus Savage. Ramon versus Michaels. The Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. You get the aftermath of Kurt Angle. You got WrestleMania 18 stuff here. Hogan versus McMahon from 19. So, I give this pay-per-view a 9 out of 10. A very good event. And my next review is going to be WrestleMania 21 that I'm going to be watching right now. So guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings. From March 14th, 2004, I reviewed WrestleMania 20 that I got for $10 with insert. So guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. Please follow the YouTube buzzards. And I'm out. Peace.